It's just my time. Everything that I did led me to this point. So it was the beginning of the pandemic, the first Fight Island that they did. I fought Paddy's teammate, Chris Fishgold, when I beat him. If I didn't beat that guy, Paddy wouldn't be calling me out. So everything that I've done, I've fulfilled, and it got me to this point. This is what my destiny is. I believe like God put me here for me to take this shine and use it for good, try to help people. He's unpredictable, he's dangerous, but I know I'm the better fighter. And he's quit. I'll never quit.
Pacino!
Say hi, Pacino. Say hi.
Pacino! That's a friend. Oh, he's kicking his legs. Don't be scared. Now he's spooked. Now he's like 17.
He was infested with fleas, he had mange.
Now he's our baby.
He had hookworm. Now he's my little devil.
He had no hair
child.
in his tail. We're obsessed. That's our baby. Hi, chicken.
His name is Pacino Gambino.
Pacino Gambino.
Her last name is Gambino. So he's Italian. You're Italian?
Hey, it's okay. It's not gonna hurt you. It's okay. It's okay. Say hi. He's a menace. What are we gonna do with that menace? Look, now he's licking the dishwasher. I met Jared in the first grade. We used to hang out at recess and play basketball together. We were 18 years old when we reconnected at a house party. We bonded over him being a fighter. He was like 1-0 as an amateur fighter, and I was a college gymnast at the time, so we thought we were like really cool because we were the athletes in the room while everyone was like drinking, and we were just hitting it off. And from there we started dating. We fell in love, like stupid love, like the Notebook story kind of love, where we were just obsessed with each other. His drug addiction got really bad and got in the way of our love and our relationship. So we broke up. A few years later, we got back together. We broke up, we got together. He proposed, and now we're married. It's been really amazing to see Jared sober, but that doesn't mean that like everything's all good. The drugs is really just like the symptom of the problems that anyone with addiction faces. There's always some underlying issue or trauma or just like unresolved fears, anxieties. Every day Jared has to fight this addiction, every single day.
I'm a sexual assault victim. I was 9 years old. 16, 17, 18, I had done a lot of drugs. I found opiates, and that's when things started getting bad for me. And then I found Oxycontin, which eventually led me to heroin and, IV drug use, shooting cocaine at that point, which just like drove me like insane. I had a lot of low points, man. I was in and out of treatment. I got arrested 8 times. Psych wards, homeless shelters, was panhandling. Well, I had 3 overdoses. Last overdose was in a hotel. It was across the street from Queensbridge Housing Projects. I overdosed on Christmas Eve, 2015. I woke up in the hospital on the 26th. I got high one more time because I was super sick. And then I went to detox that night, and I've been sober ever since. So next month will be 7 years of sobriety for me. I feel pretty good, man. I'm working really hard on my spiritual, mental side, just trying to stay in the moment. Not trying to worry about results. Stay in the moment and just know that God is going to take care of me no matter what happens. And that's it, man. It always works out as long as I do the right thing and stay living clean. And I'm not just talking about doing drugs. Drugs and alcohol aren't my problem anymore. I have a thinking problem. Once I got rid of the drugs and alcohol, you realize, like, all right, my problem isn't the drugs and the alcohol, it's my mind. I'm wired differently. I have a different thinking process, and I have to make sure that I'm, thinking correctly. As long as I'm thinking correctly, good things happen, so.
I'm exhausted. This guy didn't even start yet. Absolutely exhausted. I mean, for one of your friends to call you up and say that he was homeless in Astoria Park, I think that was probably the lowest that I had seen him. It's fucking crazy. And now he's headlining a UFC card a few years later. I mean, it's really an amazing story. It's really a beautiful thing that somebody could go from homeless in a park to co-headlining a UFC card. It's incredible.
For me, the key was God. I couldn't do it on my own, and anytime I try to take my will and do it my way, I would screw it all up. So I just had to turn it over to him and let him take the wheel for once. And obviously, I have to put in work, Faith without works is dead, right? I only get a daily reprieve from my disease, so I have to do something every day to keep myself on track and keep myself from getting complacent and doing, stupid shit, which is how I used to live my life. I couldn't keep a needle out of my arm. I had track marks up and down my arms. I was at homeless shelters, and I was facing 25 to life at one point. If I can do it, you can get back on track and get your life together. And not only can you get back to, not being an addict or addicted, but you can make a great life for yourself.
Hey, dude.
You're here, all right.
I'll see you in a minute.
Let me get $1, man.
Hey, I live here. I just forgot my key.
I would never believe you.
Come on, man, I live here.
I swear, man.
I live right.
Oh, that thing is nice.
This thing is really nice.
Wow.
It's hard to pedal, though.
It's hard to pedal?
Yo, that thing smoked my legs.
That thing is nice, though, dude. What year is that?
1942.
Shut up. Shut up. You're so stupid.
I mean, come on, huh? It's no Rockaway Beach, but,
Yeah.
it'll do. Look at that. It's all like pink and purpley. Yeah, man. And Jared's got a great opportunity now, but I think it's just because he just stuck with it, He's that kind of a guy. He's that kind of a grinder. He gives it his all, and he just keeps going. He's tough, and he keeps grinding it out, and that's kind of like how his career went. Ooh. He's come a long way with the fight game, but just as a person, too, he's really grown. His move to Milwaukee and kind of living on his own was a big part of him growing up. Just being a little more mature and taking credit for what he's done and who he is. He's been to places most people will never get to go to, hopefully, and he's come back from it. He's come back from the dead. He's come back from absolute rock bottom, and I think that helps, and it shows in his fighting, right? Because, you'll see a fight where he's kind of losing the fight, and then he just digs deep and comes up to the top, and I think it's a good opportunity for him now.
I really feel like I'm just hitting like my real stride here. Like, yeah, I'm not the youngest guy in the game, but I think I have like at least another 4 years left of this. I'm the best fighter that I've ever been, and I'm healthy. My coaching and my recovery is only getting better, so it's like, why would I stop now? And after I beat Paddy on December 10th, you know, it should help me a lot. So I think I'm like just getting started. What's up, guys? I'm Jared Flash Gordon. If you're struggling with addiction or any sort of mental health issue, my DMs are always open. You can hit me up on Instagram at Jared Flash Gordon or on Twitter at JFlashGordonMMA. And if I can get to you in a timely manner, I will. If not, it might take me a little longer, but I'm always open to helping. A lot of people are in denial, but even though they're in denial, deep down inside, they know that they have a problem. So the first step is admitting that, you know, you're powerless over your addiction and that you have no manageability. And once you realize that, I think it's easier for you to say, all right, like, I have to find an easier way. And that first step is asking for help. If you're struggling with addiction or anything for that matter, depression, and you can't get it under control, obviously you need outside or some sort of help, intervention. Usually people get it when it comes in the form of some sort of divine intervention or when they hand over their life to some sort of divine power. So, I mean, just ask for help. There are a lot of people in this world that have gone through this, and if you're an addict, you probably already know people that have gotten sober. So you gotta just ask for help and just give up the fight, man, because it only gets worse. Anytime I got sober and then went back, it just got worse. It does come a point where you have to reach a bottom, and once you reach that bottom, it's a lot easier for you to say, all right, I'm done. So maybe you're not there yet, but if you keep going, I promise you'll get there. So, but yeah, that first step is just asking for help, someone that's been there and done that, you know? Like I said, God is number one, and then helping other people, you know, doing certain things every day to keep myself on track. You know, I go to meetings still, and you know, I do a lot of different things. I see a trauma specialist, therapist, I got a sports psychologist, I go to AA, I go to SLAA, which is Sex, Love, Addiction Anonymous. I have a sponsor in AA, I have a sponsor in SLAA. My brother's in recovery. I have most of my friends that aren't fighters are all in recovery. And we're always, you know, doing something, helping each other, talking about sobriety, or, you know, I'm trying to help other people who, you know, are in the middle of their addictions right now. And I do that every day. I speak to people that are, almost every day I speak to someone that's struggling. And that helps me stay sober because it keeps everything up front. I don't ever want to be back in that position. And by helping them in turn, you know, in turn it helps me. So it's a daily struggle. Every day I got to do something, man.